I'm Rachael Gerson, and I'm going to continue our theme of Are You Doing It Right? Talking about analytics for paid search. For anyone who doesn't know me, I do analytics at Seer. By the way, does everyone know Seer does analytics? So just want to make sure everyone knows that. We do analytics, we do training, we do all kinds of fun stuff. So I get to do that. It's awesome. In my free time, I'm also one of the top contributors to the Google Analytics Forum. There are only a few of us. We're appointed by Google, so we get to go in and answer questions and talk to Google about really cool stuff that they're doing. I also love teaching about GA. It's a really fun thing for me to play in. And that's my puppy Cooper when he was 5 pounds. He's now like 65 pounds, and he tends to make it into all of my slides, so he'll pop up again later. By the way, I help out a lot on Twitter. If you ever ask a question, I'm happy to jump in to answer. But make sure you get my name right, because if you spell it Rachel Gerson, this poor girl had to block her account, make it private, and change her info last time I spoke. So just make sure you have the right one of us. So who here uses GA? Awesome. Figured about that. So most of the sites that we've been working with do use Google Analytics, either as their main analytics system or as a secondary. There's tons of good stuff that you can get from GA, and there's so much that you can do to help with your to help analyze your paid search or make sure you're getting good insights for your paid search campaign. So keeping our theme, I'm going to go through some 10 tips on how to make sure you're getting this good information. So tip 1, make sure your GA code is on all pages, including your landing pages. It sounds kind of obvious, but it's amazing how many times I've seen it happen where someone creates a brand new landing page for paid search and doesn't add the GA code, and then we have no idea what's happening on the page. So make sure that's part of it. Missing GA code, incomplete data. So there are 2 quick, easy ways to check it, by the way. One is if you use a paid tool called Screaming Frog. There's a link at the bottom here of a blog post I wrote on how to use Screaming Frog to audit your GA code. So that's bit.ly/sf-GA, Screaming Frog GA. That's one, but if you want a free tool you can play with right now, this is the Analytics Helper. It's a little Chrome extension that puts a green bubble at the top of your browser if your GA code is present on the page. Install it, you'll get used to it being there, and when you don't see a green bubble, you'll be like, oh, there's no code here. You can fix it really quickly. Tip 2 is you want to make sure that for all of your paid search ads that are not through AdWords, that you're tagging them properly. If we don't tag our ads, they're going to come into GA the wrong way. So luckily, Google Analytics gives us the URL builder that we drop in all of the information we want for our source, for our medium, all of this stuff, and we can use that to tag our URLs. If you don't tag your paid search properly, it's going to come in as organic. We don't want that to happen, and unfortunately, this happened to us last year where all of a sudden tagging dropped off of one of our campaigns. The SEO account manager was like, oh my God, my stats are awesome. And the paid search guy went, oh, sorry. So just make sure you have that right, because we don't want that to happen and have inaccurate information. Now that's for everything that isn't AdWords. For AdWords, it is so easy. We want to link Google Analytics and AdWords because they play really nicely together. We get access to even more data, and we can do auto tagging and make our lives easier. It's ridiculously easy to set up in AdWords. Turn on your destination URL auto tagging, and in GA, apply your cost source settings, and you get all kinds of fun info. So make sure you have that, because it's going to make your life easier. Here's our Mr. Bounce Rate again. So yeah, we do battle all the time. But you do want to be careful with your bounce rate when you're trying to analyze it. So if you're sending traffic from paid search to a separate paid search landing page, your bounce rate can be a false metric to look at. Watch this very carefully. For paid search, or actually for any visit, they really have 3 actions that they can take. They can convert, awesome, everything worked. They can bounce, leave the site, and they're done. Or they can keep going. If you have a low bounce rate and your conversions are low, this person came to your landing page, went, I don't like this, I don't want to convert on it, I need to learn more, and went throughout the rest of the site, and they still didn't convert. This could be a sign of a poor landing page, or that you're not connecting your language and your ad with what's actually on the page. So just make sure you're being careful with that. That said, if you're sending traffic to the site instead of to the landing page, bounce rate can actually be a really effective analysis. You can use this to test how your traffic will do from organic or email marketing or things like that. It's traffic that's already coming to the page. See if it bounces, see if it converts, see what happens. So definitely try and use that as well. Tip 5, we want to dig in and look at our top content data. So look at our top converting landing pages. I'll blur them out here, but these are our top ones. Use these to pick our site links. These are pages that are good. If people get there, they tend to convert. Send people there from our paid search ads. And how about your top traffic pages? You can use these to pick your remarketing audience. So I think Aaron was talking about it earlier. You can drop the cookie and keep showing ads. You already have the right audience. It's already built in. So make sure you're taking advantage of this information. Tip 6, set up and use site search in GA. Are you doing site search in GA? Anyone? Where you're tracking all your searches? Awesome, we have a few hands. Basically, we want to find out how people browse on your site and what are they looking for that you're not giving them when they first get there. So if you're not using site search, you should. And it's crazy easy to set up. It'll take you a minute. You'll get all kinds of extra information. That's all you do to set it up. If that takes you a minute, it's even too much. Once we have that, we get all this additional site search behavior. So we can find out which keywords tend to convert really well once people find them on our site, and then look into bidding on these terms for our paid search. Tip 7, use organic search data to find easy wins. So we can stand here all day and talk about this. There's so much we can use from organic search to help our paid search and vice versa. If anyone wants to talk about this afterwards, I will chat all night about it, but I'm not going to take the entire presentation to go through this. Tip 8, e-commerce data tells us things. If anyone didn't see this is totally a real picture. It was a really cute story a few weeks ago. But if we look at our e-commerce data, we can see all the different products that we're selling, how many we're selling, how we do with it, and then start looking at these as like products we can bid on, different keywords that we can look at, different variations. So take advantage of this information because it's already here. We have it. Take advantage of social, maybe. So you want to find out if Twitter traffic is actually performing well for you. If it is, maybe you want to look at a promoted tweet. Same thing with Facebook. If Facebook tends to do well for you on your site, why not do a Facebook ad? And this poor guy just got married and he bought a house. We should help him out by running some ads on Facebook, don't you think? Now, I said that we want to make sure that we're looking at traffic for social if it makes sense, if it's quality traffic. Social media traffic does not have to convert to be quality traffic. If it has a low bounce rate or has a frequent people that keep coming back and keep visiting the site, that's good traffic. There was a great white paper that was done by Adobe like 2 months ago talking about how last click attribution, which is how Google Analytics works, where the final touch point that gets the sale is what gets all the credit, is the wrong way to look at social. With social, the person can come to the site, they're going to come back again and again. You're creating a relationship. So look at that when you consider whether or not you want to use social in this way. And tip 10, know what your visitors use. We have so much information on what our visitors use. Google actually gives us all this. So we can see the browser and find out if they're converting on these different browsers, if there are any kind of issues. I'll give you an example of a site that I worked with a while ago where we were driving traffic to the site in all kinds of ways, and it converted really well on Firefox, on Safari, on IE. Everything was great, and Chrome was 0. So I took a look, went through the site, and realized that you can't convert on Chrome on that site. Talked to the person who owned the site, and they went, oh, we don't care about Chrome. Okay. So I went through the numbers then and realized that Chrome was about 25% of their traffic. Told them that. They fixed it very quickly. You can now convert on Chrome on that site. So definitely look at this report. So you're sending traffic in all different ways that can get there and convert. Same thing with our browser sizes. We can look at the actual report of it, or we can go into in-page analytics. A lot of people actually don't know this exists, by the way. Within in-page analytics, we can see what % of visitors to our site or for the web overall can see the certain size of the browser, or of our page. So these little bubbles here that we see, the different shapes, that's what people can actually see when they go to the site. So why should you care? Do you know where to convert on that? That's why you should care. Sorry, Will. You want to use this to know how to size your landing pages or figure out another technology that you want to use. Going back to Crystal's point, we want to look at how phones and tablets perform. Is it worth targeting these devices for your site? Or should you build a mobile site, choose click to call? Like, we can get so much information out of this. We can also look to analyze traffic by device or by, we can say like Apple overall or Samsung overall. We can use this to analyze by device to better segment our paid search mobile campaigns. So tons of information. I'm just like skimming the surface here. And that's actually the point. I only went through 10 things. I could have gone through 100 if you gave me more time. There's so much that we can do. Don't get lost in the woods. Like, there's so much you can play with, so many fun things. If you do get lost, send me a message. I'm always happy to help. My question slide with Cooper coming back.